In a drastic change of position, the federal agency that conducted the world's largest study on cell phone radiation has become the first governmental agency to admit that their scientists now take precautions to avoid cell phone radiation. Stick around to find out more. Hi, I'm Mike with RF Safe. The sheer number of so-called experts who've been spouting their opinions on whether or not cell phone radiation is dangerous to human health has caused a staggering amount of confusion in the public arena. It's become a seemingly never-ending game of who do you trust that most people don't really want to play anymore. I know a lot of people have simply stopped caring altogether what the truth about cell phone radiation is because the game's playing field is so cluttered with talking heads that the chaos of it all is just too overwhelming. So who do you trust to give you the truth of the matter? Is there anyone out there with the definitive answer? Yes, there is, and I'll tell you who you can trust. How about trusting the scientists at the National Toxicology Program, who spent an entire decade of their lives on a daily search for the truth? These scientists know far more about the subject than all of the talking heads combined. They are the only ones you should be listening to because they are the only ones who matter. It doesn't make a difference how many degrees someone has, or how many studies or papers they've read, or what particular field of science that they're involved in. When it comes down to owning bragging rights to the real truth about cell phone radiation, they're about as qualified as a 12-year-old with an internet connection. They only know what they've read. The scientists at the NTP know what they've lived on a daily basis for 10 years and what the result of their labor has made clear. On the NTP's website, in a question and answer in their frequently asked questions section, you'll find the following question. Have NTP scientists changed their cell phone use or what they recommend to their families? And the answer? Well, the answer is NTP scientists have become more aware of their usage and follow the FDA's tips for reducing exposure to cell phone radio frequency radiation. Now, this is an astonishing change from what the previous answer had been, which was NTP scientists have become more aware of their usage, but most haven't really changed their habits. If people are concerned about their exposure, they can follow the FDA's tips for reducing exposure to radio frequency radiation. Now, do you notice the difference there? In the original answer, there's an admission that most scientists simply haven't changed their habits. But it now states that they have become more aware of their usage and follow the FDA's tips for reducing exposure. This is a serious paradigm shift, as well as vindication for all those who have been fighting so long to expose the truth about the dangers of cell phone radiation. If the scientists who've spent 10 years of their lives studying it have changed due to the evidence that they've discovered, that's where the truth is. Not with the naysayers whose only contributions have been to muddle the issue with their misguided opinions, but with the men and women who actually know the truth and are following the guidelines because of what they know. Also, the scientists themselves are not the only ones following the FDA's tips for reducing exposure. In an email to Louis Slesson's highly regarded microwave news website, John Bucher, who is the former associate head of the NTP as well as the leader of its 10-year cell phone project, confirmed that he is also following the precautionary steps offered on the NTP website. In an independent exchange, Michael Wyde, who managed the study and continues to run the follow-up work, wrote that he too is taking these precautions. So there you have it, in writing. Even the men who were in charge of the study, as well as the scientists taking part in it, who were all skeptical of the risk at one point, are now taking precautionary measures due to the results of their 10-year, $30 million government-funded study. Now that you know the same truth as these most knowledgeable experts know it, shouldn't you do the same? Thank you very much for watching.